Man's a genius, and he's taking us with him. You ain't never been down, how you gonna get on up?
How you gonna get on up? Hopefully you're dancing at home like we are in the studio. That is a scene from Get On Up, the biopic of James Brown, affectionately known as the Godfather of Soul, of course. It hits theaters this Friday, and the star of the film, Chadwick Boseman, and director Tate Taylor join me now to talk about this. You know, you guys, whenever you have a music about soul, you know that people are going to get into it, but you've got an iconic figure. And Chad, I mean, for you, how was that playing this role? What kind of pressure were you under when you're playing this guy, this Godfather of Soul?
Well, I mean, it's pressure in the beginning, but once you start it, you just throw yourself into all the different elements that make up the man. And they're all fun, the dancing, the songs, you know, the episodes, the antics. So it was just a fun process once we started, and I tried to focus on that more so than the pressure.
Yeah, you know, when you say what makes up the man, if you had somebody say to you, as playing that character, what makes up the man? What did you take away from the film?
I mean, I took away a lot of different things. I think he was a person that he was independent. He was truly independent. You know, he faced a lot of abandonment at a very, very young age. Both his parents sort of abandoned him. And I think he found an individual spirit that is unlike most people, and a courage that is unlike most people. So, you know, that's what makes up the man, is that he's going to march to the beat of his own drummer.
Yeah, and, you know, he talks about that complicated family relationship. Tate, I understand that's got to be a challenge, and I understand the family was really on board with you. You kind of have to have that blessing to make a movie like this, right?
No, absolutely. It was important to Chad and I that before we went on this journey together that they were with us. And about a year ago, right about now, this summer, last year, we flew into Atlanta, and we went on the James Brown tour. Chad and I had to rent a car. We went and spoke to people in James's life. We ended the weekend with the family in Augusta and just had a great time eating, talking, driving around, and just got a feel for who James was. And we had some serious conversations about what we wanted to do, and we got their blessing.
What was the #1 thing that you wanted to get across in this film, and probably important to the family as well? Well,
if you ask who James Brown was to someone on the street, they'll say he was a great singer, and then they usually focus on his missteps. And the man's life is so far beyond those missteps. I mean, he changed music. He changed the feelings about his own race within his own race. He was vocal about politics. He changed the business of how music is made and how profits are distributed. He was a real pioneer in so many ways.
And you did some hard work. I understand you weren't necessarily a dancer beforehand. You practiced like 4 hours a day to get down the moves. Is that it? More than that?
Yeah. I mean, that was
like, what was that like? What were you?
It was more like 5 hour. You know, there was. The formal rehearsals were 5 hours, but then we would rehearse afterwards.
Wait, you got a move? Do we have a move that you can do real quick? Like a...
No, we
don't have a move?
We can handshake.
We can
do a handshake. All right, I'll take that.
You got to go buy your ticket. James Brown didn't give it away. We're not either.
That's right. We'll see it in the theater. All right, you guys. So great to have you. Best of luck with the movie. I'm excited to see it.
Appreciate it.
Take care. In theaters this Friday.